That one. There we go. I swear I know what I'm doing. Alright. Episode 2. Time for you all to die. Tired of this already.
Rip. Goodbye.
No, and I have to listen to my voice test so I can remember what my character sounds like.
You literally should just do a voiceover recording, and that can just be your reminder every time.
That's literally what I did. I'm literally listening to it.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
Just let that seep in. Let that really, get in the brain hole. So yeah, like I mentioned before, we are out one Vivian today due to some personal obligations. So now it's just going to be you three as my targets.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. So last time, you all started your illustrious careers in the Adventurers Guild by helping out a little old lady try and find her 30-some-odd-year-old son. And for good reason, too, because he and his friends were out gallivanting through the wilds and almost became monster food. So you guys were pretty successful. You each got 5 gold each from what was her name? Nona's little coin purse. But it took you the good part of a day. So you each were charged, I think, like a copper to turn in for the night. So does anybody want to do anything, see anyone before we move on to the next day? So at this point, it's nightfall. The lights have come on outside. The streets are illuminated with these essentially lamp posts outfitted with these gems of light. And maybe before you go upstairs and turn into your rooms, you're down in the tavern or down in the business area of the Stone's Throw. There aren't too many people around. There are a couple adventurers that are back in between jobs. Most of the residents that are requesting jobs from the guild have left, cut off a few hours ago. So yeah.
Question of not game related, but logistical of using Foundry.
Yeah.
Where do I take notes? Again, you've showed me before, but it was weeks ago, months ago, and I don't remember
Open your
how to
character
access
sheet,
it.
and it's the last tab that says journal.
Thanks.
So if you don't want pen and paper, you can take notes in there.
I do usually like pen and paper, but it's faster, and yeah, it's I can't write with the keyboard here. So okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Sorry, so it's late into the evening. I think I heard you say it's past serving, like liquor hour. Is that what I heard?
No, not necessarily a liquor hour, but it's past the time for residents to submit jobs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So essentially, business hours are done.
Gotcha. All right.
So I guess the first question is, are you all hanging out together?
Yeah, Sharid actually has some business he wants to discuss with Kairos. So, if we want to cut to a scene where Sharid approaches Kairos, and basically just starts off and says, "If you don't mind, I owe you an apology."
Yes, I believe you do, but go right ahead.
I should not have attacked you the other day. I have no excuse.
Yeah, I can be quite. Or he's like gets lost in thought, and then he seems to forget what you said, and then comes back and is like, "Don't worry about it. It's perfectly fine. and he just like pats you on the shoulder.
Uh,
And like he like goes to like walk away, like as if the conversation was like well and done, but not like rudely. Just like, yeah, that was a good conversation.
Stab him again.
Do you just stop him?
I just stand there. It's awkward. Like this whole exchange.
Absolutely. And like you just see him pulling out like scrolls and start reading through it, and maybe he notices that you're still standing there, and he's like, "Was that all?"
Yes.
Well, if you'd ever want to talk more about your abilities, I'd be happy to do so.
Why? Do you have experience with such things?
I do. I'd love to learn more about yours.
Well, please tell me. What do you know?
He'd probably do a little bit of like magic tricks at first. You know, like he would then probably go in to start explaining, like he would take his little piercing shield thing and say, I don't know if you saw me do this during the battle or not, but have you ever seen this spell before? He does like the shield spell, at like, and kind of you just see the energy protrude out of it on each end.
I do not know.
There's no surprise there, but did you know that there are certain types of magic that you can continue to do without running out?
I did not know.
It's fair. My goal is to ensure that more people have access to such technology.
Okay.
I've been studying the use of gems and their potential applications to everyday items. What's the
Very
term?
good.
What's the term for that, Gary?
You've essentially been studying solitarians, who are the people
That's
that
the-
integrate
yeah.
spell gems with everyday objects. Yeah.
Yeah. Or at least he has an interest in studying them. He's been studying the spell gems in his own kind of way. But yeah, so he'd probably just go on. I imagine like the rest of the conversation is him just like rambling on. And like there's not much of an exchange. It's just Kairos talking at him.
Well, when after like when there's like a split second moment after you just babble on and on and on, Shirley just says, "Yes, that's interesting, but what of those without gems?"
What do you mean?
I have no gems.
Exactly why I want people to be able to use magic with the use of gems. And he like does the shield thing again. Like not doesn't cast it, but like holds it up. I want anyone to be able to use these.
But I don't need those. I don't have those yet. You saw what had happened.
I did. Remind me, did he have like a spell gem in his chest or something like that? I'm trying to remember the session 0. How did you narrate that? I had remembered it as like me, the player, remembers it as you having like a gem in your chest that like resonated or something like that.
Correct.
But I
So,
thought that's what I saw or heard.
He
you
had
say.
he had a iridescent gem in his chest, unlike any spell gem that you've seen thus far. But that's what he was able to summon a creature out of.
Would I have seen that? Like that glow, or
I don't think you.
Is that
hit it
just more of a
necessarily,
narration?
Shareed. You essentially just ripped your shirt open and then just. Left
Oh
it.
wait, that's right. It is exposed, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then I apologize. I forgot. Yes. Then, I fucked this whole conversation up.
Well, I mean, I feel like it was like partially even in Shareed's character to like forget that it's there, right?
Maybe.
So then let me. So, tell me, have you ever seen? As he opens up and exposes the. He does it in a way where it's like he doesn't want it like other people to notice, but he wants to show you.
You get a little nip show.
Yeah. He would like try like rush close, but then like restrain himself because he doesn't want to like startle Shareed again.
Yeah,
And then he would immediately like I don't know that he has like a cape or anything, but he probably like kind of move his body in a way so that others can't see it and be like, how long have you had this?
I wish I knew.
We should go somewhere more private to discuss.
Very well.
Oh, I see. Just ducking away into private already, huh?
So do we retreat to like your quarters, like your room? Yeah. So
So
yeah, I mean, he would. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say. So while this is all going on, Tio, you're maybe interested in whoever is cooking the food here at the Stone's Throw. Maybe you've been asking Ileana about it, and she tells you that there's one of their workers is a little goblin named Thrax, who does most of the cooking here. Everyone seems to like it fairly well. He used to work for the brew works until they kind of poached him a little bit.
Oh, okay. And by the way, how much would be a tankard of ale at this restaurant?
For guild members, much like the room, it's like a copper. It's very
Copper?
dirt cheap.
And about how many people would you say are in it, like, at an average time?
Considering the size of the establishment, maybe 20-ish people at a time. Just
Okay.
rotating in and out, getting food, going to bed, maybe going out on a job.
So, at 2 points throughout the night, Tio would spend his coin to buy everyone in the tavern around,
Oh my god.
trying to make a celebration of that with them, and really just trying to get his name out to know people to know.
So the first time you do it, everyone is actually, they're happy, like they let out an audible like cheer, but nobody knows who the hell Tio is. So they're looking around
Nope.
like, who bought these drinks? The lizard one? The lizard man? The lizard man. Second time you do it,
This
the second time you do it, everyone's just raising a glass to you. You've very quickly become a number of these people's favorite person.
awesome. And then on that note, if I'm able to get introduced to Thrax, you said
Yeah.
with an R. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, would ask him general inquiries on where he gets his foodstuffs, trying to get an idea of where they might get their namely where they get their animals and beasts from, while also trying to gauge if they eat the creatures that magically appear.
So, after expressing interest, Ileana will kind of look around. Since it's pretty quiet right now, she will let you behind the counter. All the while, the giant dude that's just been hanging out at the front counter is still there. Like, every so often, he'll periodically move into a back office and then come back out after a little while. But he's still sitting there. He's just watching you.
Giant dude?
You can feel his gaze on the back of your neck. Yeah, this guy stands like 6.5, 7 feet, white beard, white hair.
Oh, him.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh.
But
Did
as
I get his name?
you didn't,
Lynn, right?
you didn't.
Oh, is it Lynn? I mean, Tio might not know, but is it Lynn?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. I have a misnote.
I thought the gnome guy said who it was.
He's just been calling him old man, as far as I remember.
Yeah,
I
I
could
guess
be
you're right.
But as
Okay.
you walk behind the counter, you see that there is a latch that leads downward. Ileana pops open that latch. You see a small staircase going down. And as you go down, the ceiling's very low. Ileana's crouched. She's a little taller than you are.
I'm crawling.
It's like at head height. But all the way tucked in the back, you see a fire, and in front of it is just this goblin standing at maybe like 3.5 feet. And you just hear pots clanging, pans all over the place, just shit throwing everywhere. And then, as he hears you all coming, he like whips his head around, You see that he's got like a chunk of his ear missing. Got some scratches everywhere. He's got burns. And he looks at you like, there was no order? Why
No.
here?
Oh crap! I didn't think to bring a gift.
Who
I
knew?
just wanted to give compliments to your work. I know you're so busy down here. You don't get to see on the first line how customers appreciate your work. Thrax. You make your goblin tribes proud with the amount of work you put in.
He looks you up and down. I suppose forward and back, considering you're crawling down here.
Yeah.
I'm like, you brown snout. I like.
Browns.
I like. Do more. I like here.
I'm wondering, where do you buy your things? Where do you buy your what you? He points over to like a nearby like pot or pan cooking something. He's like, "Where did you get this?"
He like looks around. He actually starts looking at the back of the pans like they have markings. And he's like,
Yeah,
this one
I guess that's an
forged.
answer already.
This one, I take this one from Brewworks. This favorite pan. He looks around.
You're loyal to the recipes.
Custom made, custom made, custom made. Stole this from a ship. This one I found in the dumpster.
Hey, humans throw away like good stuff, don't they?
They don't know I cook with it.
Gross.
Well, you can clean it right away. You got to keep the patina, right? You got to keep that.
As he's saying that, you see out of the corner of your eye, Ileana's just sitting here like, how have we not had somebody die of food poisoning yet?
He's really talented. That's how. Yeah.
He says, come, sit by fire. You have questions?
good.
Ask questions.
He'll crawl through some of his own pots and pans on his backpack, just hitting cupboards and potentially knocking things over.
I was
Oh,
gonna say,
sorry.
You can't not hit anything down here.
Oh, damn it. Sorry. I just wanted to ask you a question about those, the creatures that appear out in the wild in the Veld. Do you ever cook? Do you ever cook with them? I mean, like not with them in the kitchen, but with them in your pots.
He'll sit here and just like, he'll like run his nails over his teeth and just click clack.
You could tell me.
Weirdest thing I make. You know what piercer is? Give me a nature check.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Nature. Okay.
There you go. 6. Nah, you're not going to know too much about it. You might have heard the name, but that's about it.
All right.
He starts to
Oh,
describe
do you mean like
this...
knives?
Feel like one, not quite. He starts to describe this slug-like creature, maybe like 2.5 and 3 feet in length. They normally like to hang down from either caves or trees, any place up high, and they have these long knife-like teeth that protrude from the front, almost like giant leeches. And he says, one day, poor saps, adventurers, came back with a few of these on them. They made a nice stir fry. Nice and juicy.
Probably seasoned well with black beans and
Yeah, beans.
extra salt.
No one like beans.
Oh, you didn't. You just haven't had good beans yet, and you'll just start bickering with him over how to cook piercers.
I'd like to
speculatively.
think I'd like to think this debate just evolves to like just a mixture of like goblin grunts and lizard just.
Yep.
And he says, He'll he'll start rifling around between pots, pans, and ingredients, and he pulls out a few things. He pulls out an onion that looks like it's been sitting here a little too long. He pulls out some potatoes. He pulls out some meat. Looks a little green. And he says, fine. You like cook? You cook.
Okay.
Give me best. Hear what you use. And so he gives you these items. And yeah, give me a cooking check, which I think it's a D20 plus your proficiency plus, we'll say dex with cooking stuff. That seems right.
Plus dex? Okay. How can I do that on here?
You might just want to put flat amounts. So I think your
Plus
dex is
plus 2?
plus 2. So a D20 plus 4.
Gotcha. There you go.
Oh my god.
Hey,
So
not bad.
Yeah, so you're down here for like a good 30, 45 minutes. You've taken the meat. You've actually even trimmed off some of the bad bits. Not all of them, because maybe you like them. Nothing like some good penicillin in your dinner.
Yeah.
You grill it up. You cook up the potatoes. You cook up the onions. And by the time you're done, this goblin is standing behind you, watching your every move. And you can feel a little bit of drool hit your foot as he's just like...
And this is how you deglaze. And hey, you're getting saliva in my glaze.
No, I'm not. It's fine. At this point,
you probably like it.
Ileana has quietly left as you two are just like bickering and talking about food. So she's no longer here. So he's like, you good. Good. You're not take my job though. You take job.
Oh.
He pulls out a spoon. This is for your eyeballs.
Oh, no, I have my own restaurant out front. On the street.
Out for
The carpet.
All right. He puts it away. And so you two essentially just share this meal that you both have, that you have made. And you're down there for a good couple of hours, just trading notes back and forth. Essentially getting the idea that a lot of the food that is consumed in the city actually does come from very, very small local farms outside the city walls. And it actually flashes you back to the very small town that you were in during the Session Zero. Just a small little farming community. They had some plots, but they were protected by a very, very small wall of spell gems, very similar to the large wall around Uhuru.
Okay.
And he tells you that the brewworks actually govern a lot of the connections and trade with the local farmland, in addition to, brewing.
Huh. And he left the brewworks.
Yes.
Did they pay you better here, or why would you leave the brewworks?
They paid me, period.
Brewworks didn't pay you?
Well, to be fair, I was just a goblin. I didn't know what money was.
Oh, I see.
And when I started asking for money, they just told me to leave.
How much do you get paid, dear Thrax?
How much is a rat worth?
Oh my god, Thrax. He's gonna give him 10 copper that he's got, assuming that's enough to get a small meal upstairs.
He starts nibbling on it. He's like, What? What's this?
You know how to
What
use
jingle?
that to trade?
Trade. I trade food for...
Maybe I'll take that
Whatever.
back.
No, you gave it to me.
Oh, okay. You remember Tio.
Yes.
But he's going to
Tio.
really think about... Tio's really going to think about whether or not he can displace this chef or not now. He wasn't at first, but now he's wondering.
He looks you up and down, and he's like, I like you, Brown Snout. I like you.
I'm gonna burn you, Thrax.
All right. So let's flash back to Sharid and Kairos. You two have retired to Kairos' room to discuss whatever y'all want to discuss in the dark.
Things. Yeah, there are no lights. Exactly.
Oh
It's
my
just.
god. There's some smooth jazz playing in the background.
Exactly. So, hang on. Yeah, like as soon as they would get into the room, Kairos would kind of like spin around, close the door, lock it, and then just turn back around and be like, Sharid, how did you get that?
Like I said, I don't know.
Well, give me more than that. How long have you had it for? Did it just appear one day? Were you born with it? Did you find it on the ground and magically affix it somehow?
I don't know.
Maybe there's a magic beetle glue that I've come across in the wilds.
No,
Which is it?
You do not understand, friend. Something happened. I have no memory.
What do you mean?
I just woke up one day in the wilds, and this is how I was.
How long ago was that?
How long ago was that?
I mean, at this point, it was like a week and a half, 2 weeks, not long.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. A fortnight.
I love that game.
How? He's like scratching his head. Like, would Kairos have? Okay, I guess I have two thoughts. One, would Kairos have ever seen something like this spell gem embedded in his chest in the first place? And two, would Kairos have ever heard of cases of amnesia or magical amnesia?
Give me a history check at, I'm going to say disadvantage.
Okay, how do I do disadvantage?
Hold control when you roll.
Got it.
So not bad. You're looking at a 19. You've only heard of one case before regarding a gem embedded into a person's body. That person did ultimately go crazy, and that gem may or may not have been too powerful for their body, and they might have blown up. You don't know. It was hearsay. But in terms of amnesia, no. However, you do recall while you were exploring the Solar here, the Mage College here, that they did research all kinds of magical phenomena and some non-magical phenomena that are just, strange.
What time of day is it again?
It's the evening at this point. Like, it's equatable to like 10 p.m.
I don't think Kairos cares. I think he would immediately be like, he would be thinking, and then he would say, I have heard of the embedded spell gem before, but it's not a story I think we need to discuss today. More curious about up here. And he like points to your head. You don't remember anything?
No.
Then how do you know what your name was?
I don't know what my name was. This name was given to me.
By whom?
A man.
Yeah.
He's looking at you like he's staring at you like, don't fuck with me. Like, come on.
I was looking at Gary because I'm like, I don't know if we actually settled on that.
I want to say that it was a traveling merchant band, but they were heading in opposite direction of where you felt that you should go, which is why you didn't go with them.
Right. Yeah. Some travelers, they they found me like this and asked me the same questions. I don't know. And what to make conversations easier, he called me Sharid.
And then they just left you.
Well, they were traveling a great distance. I would have only been a burden.
And are you seeking to find out your past history, your condition? What brings you here? What are your goals?
Yes.
Very well. Well, I know our relationship didn't start off on the best terms, and he kind of like pats you on the side and just chuckles a little. And I'm not sure I know this person very well either, but I happen to know someone who may be able to assist us in this town. Would you be willing to come with me? I think this is of the utmost importance.
Absolutely.
I don't know if he has any answers, and to be completely honest with you, I don't know if I even trust him much myself, but so far he seems trustworthy. I've only met him, I guess, yesterday, right?
It was like 2 or 3 days ago, yeah.
You are doing me a great kindness, my friend.
Friend, that's a new one. Well, let's go. And he like goes to the door.
Oh, you're going right now.
Oh yeah. He's like legit like, yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Very well.
And, yeah, so he follows it. Cool. Because he's just like, I don't care what time it is. I'm gonna go bang on the door.
All right. So
And on the way out, if we saw Teo, we would grab him.
So say this conversation takes you about 45 minutes to an hour, to about the same time that Teo is done conversing with the goblin. So as you come downstairs, you see the front desk where normally Ileana is hanging out, and you see Teo's head just slowly like rise from the back of that desk, coming up from the hatch.
Thank you, Ileana, for letting me go visit with the chef.
She nods at you anytime.
Just passively looking around and assessing how the area is going and presumably seeing the old coworkers.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the background, Kairos is doing the John Travolta, like, as he's looking around.
Oh, have you guys had anything to drink? Do you need some food? Or what's the plan for the night?
We actually are heading out to an associate of mine. Would you like to join us?
Oh, sure, yeah.
In short, there's a bit of a medical condition that our friend Sharid here has, and I'm looking to an ally to help
Then
find out what ails him.
Certainly.
Hippa.
Yeah, he
sharing
hasn't
all
been
the sensitive
vaccinated,
information.
and we want to...
Oh my god. So yeah,
Unceremoniously crawl over the counter and join them.
she, as you're like halfway over the counter, like maybe back arched on the way down, you feel what is comparable to like a wooden spoon just like crack on your back, and just like, no, you walk around like a civilized person.
Oh, I keep forgetting. And
None of that.
Respect the request. Go around.
Fuck's wrong with you?
I'm not used to it. We'll get there.
Where is
No,
where
sorry.
is the other one?
Oh, I think she went to rest.
What other one? Oh, the big woman, right.
The big woman. No, yes. Yes,
Very
as
well.
far as you know, you've seen her head upstairs, and you haven't seen her since.
You did take quite a licking out there. We should probably let her rest.
Very well. Let's make haste.
So,
We leave.
Kairos is leading them to the solar.
Yes. So you make your way out of the stone's throw, and this is honestly, I think for most of you, except for maybe Kairos, who arrived at the stone's throw a little bit after dark, this is your first time really seeing the city after the sun's gone down. So you see that the streets are just shining with these spell gem lights. almost as if it's almost like a market at night. And you have no problem seeing other than, like dark alleyways and places in between buildings, but the main street itself, very well illuminated. You can see a number of residents moving back and forth, down side streets and to the various districts of the city. So Kairos leads you to the northwestern area of town, not quite in one of the districts, but actually just outside the central marketplace. You see a tower with a rather opulent courtyard, and you can smell all kinds of like experiments and potions and things like that going on inside this tower. And Kairos, as you approach, you notice that the gates to the courtyard are closed.
Okay. That makes sense. I'm trying to think. I don't think I have anything to magically open them, and I don't know that Kairos would want to do that. I think he would just naturally respect the hours. Does it look like there's any way around it? Like, is there another entrance? Would Kairos know of anything like that? I doubt it.
After only
already.
visiting once, you wouldn't know of any alternate entrances. It is just it's a high wall, so technically you could go over it if you so chose.
No, I don't think it's that urgent. I think Kairos would probably be like, well, this is where I wanted to take us. It's the Solar, the local mage guild. I met a man here who I think can assist, but seems we've come too late. I guess people need to sleep. I don't understand why, but we can try to come back in the morning.
Oh, the coffee.
Don't want to be rude and just go over the gate. Sorry.
Okay.
Very well.
Wait, are the gates open? No, sorry, I mean unlocked. You said they were closed, but you didn't say they were locked.
You're right, I didn't. You go to push it, it is in fact locked.
Okay, all right, then yeah, that would ensue.
Are there any other places that folks would like to try and visit before you head back to the Stone's Throw?
Not at the moment.
Okay. So you make your way back. It took you probably about 15, 20 minutes to walk here, so you start making your trek back. Everybody give me perception checks.
Sure.
Okay. So actually, all three of you hear the frantic neighing of a horse and what sounds like a cart or carriage. It's down the street, but it's loud enough to really hit your ears. As you're walking back, you look back over your shoulders and you see this carriage just going full tilt out of one of the districts neighboring the Solar and heading towards the south entrance of town. You don't see who's driving it. You just see that it is, in fact, a covered wagon.
The ghost carriage.
Sounds like concern. We can go calm down that horse.
Gotta catch it first.
Yeah, it's like it is freaking out.
Mm-hmm. It's
okay.
It's freaking out, and it's like when a horse gets startled and then just takes off.
Mm-hmm.
That's essentially what you saw, just attached to a carriage.
Is it going like full speed, like a 60 feet sort of per 6 seconds kind of thing?
It's certainly going faster than you have seen carriages go in this city, especially going down busy streets. So you can see that people on the street are like having to jump to one side to avoid this carriage, like hauling ass to the south.
Well, clearly there's nothing we can do about that.
No? Oh,
if anyone takes off, I would follow. Yeah, but
Is it possible to run to catch up to it, or no?
It doesn't look like it's possible to necessarily catch it without some sort of interference for the cart. But Tio, I believe you've been here. Tio, it came out of the same district as the Bard's Blood, where the brew works are stationed.
That's concerning. Are you able to stop the wheels with any sort of magic thing?
How far away is it?
We'll say right now it's about 80 feet away.
So did this thing almost hit us, or we just noticed it?
No, you noticed it. It's running the opposite direction of you, but you see that it's almost hit a number of residents.
What
Okay.
do we care?
Yeah, I don't know if I can do anything from a range.
I'm just looking through. I think I would be like, well, I can't take the wheels off unless the wheels have a mind, unfortunately, and for me to do anything else, it's not close enough. But
Okay.
I suppose if this really matters to you, and he puts his little like glowy, piercy handy thing, its little whatever the tool's name would be, I forget what that sort of thing would be called. Kind of touches the tip of it to his chest really lightly, and this glow comes out like this green wispy thing, and it starts swirling around him, and then he takes off just like and he would cast this on himself,
Oh, interesting.
and
So
then
you
would
cast
basically
Expeditious
get
Retreat.
the 3 full movements, because he would do the 30 movement speed, the dash action, and then take the action. I'm meta playing what it would be like in real time with the actions available normally.
Yeah.
So I'm like 90 feet of movement
And it's available
in like 6
for
seconds.
10 minutes.
Yeah. So he would try to rush and catch up to it. And about halfway there, he would realize, shit, I've never worked with horses before.
Tio running as fast as he can to follow. Not nearly as fast.
Yes. So you two take off. Tio, you very much notice that Kairos is certainly getting ahead of you. But you do see that, Kairos, if you just continue running, you are slowly gaining on this carriage.
I think would Tio be close enough for him to still like shout back to him
I mean,
in the process
yeah,
of this?
probably.
Like, yeah, because I guess when like he starts running, he'd be like, "What do I do when I get there? I've never dealt with horses before."
Grab the reins and pull their head back.
Oh yes, like that's in my wheelhouse. Get it? And he just keeps running. Wheelhouse. And then he keeps running like, "What the fuck am I doing?"
All right.
Yeah,
So
you hear Cherie just shout, "What are you doing?
I don't know. Stopping a horse, I guess.
Why?"
So you run
I don't know.
for
right
for
thing
a
to do.
couple of rounds, but you're able to get close enough where you can put a hand on the side of the carriage. Takes you about another round to actually get to the front.
Okay.
Now, as you approach the front of the carriage, you do see that there is somebody driving this wagon.
Did they seem conscious?
Yes.
What do they look like?
They're cloaked. They do seem rather bulky. You can't quite see what they're wearing, and their face is obscured by just the shifting shadows from all the lights passing. But as you're doing this, there's not really any way to be stealthy when you're just mad dashing up against a carriage. He sees you at the corner of his eye, and you see that he takes out a mace and just goes to whack you away from the front of the carriage.
Bitch.
So, what's your AC?
Well, with or without shield, do I get shield? It's 14 without shield and 19 with.
Okay. So he swings for a 17. So it's up to you whether you want to try and... Well, if you're dashing... Does Expeditious Retreat... Yeah, so
That would
you're
be a
dashing as a
reaction.
bonus action, so that is a reaction, yeah.
Yeah.
So you could...
Okay, I do that.
Okay.
Yeah, so I feel like he's rushing, he's running up, and like he's suddenly taken off guard, but almost like, oh, I know, almost like he's acting as though he knew it was coming. He immediately, like instinctively, his Peter tingle tingles, and then he puts his shield up and just blocks it, and like, it's to his own surprise that he did it so quickly.
All right. So this mace just bounces off, and the guy who's driving, you can't really hear much because it's just wind. He mumbles something to himself, and then you see him like hit the wooden backing behind him, leading to the bed of the carriage, and you see someone taller kind of poke up over. You see that their face is greenish gray, large teeth coming up from the underbite, and
Cool.
they look like they're armored, like heavily armored. And this person goes to like reach down and grab you.
Yeah. Am I on the carriage or just running beside
You're
it?
running beside it.
Okay. How far away are my allies?
At this point, about 120, 150 feet.
Oh,
Okay. And what is tethering the horses to the carriage? Just standard rope?
Standard rope.
And is rope flammable?
Sure is.
Okay. Do I get a turn?
Go ahead.
I would like to burning hands, as soon as he tries to mace me, I would like to burning hands, not the horse, but the reins.
I mean, it's a 15-foot cone. So.
Good point. That's a good point. No, I'm sorry, I have a better idea. I actually have a much better idea.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to immediately just cast web in front of the horse. Just boom.
Okay. Your DC with that is a 13, right?
Yeah, it is. So I feel like the horse needs to make a save.
Yes.
And then immediately afterwards, I would like use my movement speed to back the fuck up.
Okay. So let's see.
Like I would move the 60 feet remaining that I could with the bonus action and movement speed to move back away from the people trying to murder my face.
Okay. So you essentially just throw out this magical web, what? 60 feet in front of you ish. Maybe
yeah,
30.
Basically what the horse is going into, like
Yeah.
I would calculate the distance of the trajectory of the horse, the speed that he's going.
So you toss some web ahead of you, and then you just start backpedaling for your fucking
I
life.
do it like this.
And as the guy is starting to reach down to grab you, is when you shift direction, so just absolutely misses you. And the horse sees the web ahead of them, goes to try and stop themselves, but it's such a harsh shift
Oh God.
in momentum that they slide into the web, get caught by the web,
Great.
and then the carriage starts to swing to the side
Oh fuck.
and topples.
oh,
Fantastic.
And so you hear a bunch of residents in the area just start screaming and running about.
Would some of it be slowed by the web? Because it is 20 foot wide. So if it like the horse goes in, it swings. Eventually, when it gets to that point, would it catch it a little bit
I mean, it will catch it a little
or
bit,
slow it?
but
at
it's not
least?
like it's not like it flies into a building.
Right.
Like the streets of the city are actually pretty wide.
Okay.
So it does catch it a little bit. It slows some of the momentum, but like this thing slides actually probably to the far end of your web. You can see that the person that was driving the carriage was like tossed off to the side. You see them just laying there, starting to shuffle a little bit, but not a ton. But then you just see movement underneath the covering of the wagon itself.
Okay. I would continue to like backpedal because I know that this thing tried to grab me and this other thing tried to kill me. I would be also shouting at residents to like fuck off.
Kindly, fuck off.
Pretty much. And just waiting for my allies to get there. I would be readying I don't know, like a mind sliver at whatever would be trying to hostilely come towards me.
Okay.
If that happens.
Okay. So with you backpedaling,
And,
you're probably
and by
about
the way, the web
60
would
feet
have
away.
dropped my expeditious retreat.
Yes. So you're probably about 60 feet away between where the carriage slid and stopped. And you see that the greenish gray figure kind of lifts their head up past the covering of the wagon, just tosses it off of them.
gonna die.
And let's see. Let's shift to here.
I apologize for nothing.
Oh, there's your web. And
EPK.
no, maybe.
Maybe.
This is who you see.
Oh. Orc. And does he look full orc or half orc?
Looks pretty full,
Oh,
pretty hefty
nice.
orc.
Fantastic. Was he
and
the guy in
he's-
the back?
He was the one that
in
tried
the
to grab
carriage?
your head.
Okay, yeah, fair.
You see him drag out this great axe, put it up on his shoulder. He hasn't stepped into your web. He's standing on the caravan itself, or the wagon itself. And you do see a couple of other shifting figures in the bed of the wagon.
Fuck. As soon as I see that, I would use the mind sliver I was preparing,
Okay.
if allowed.
What's the distance on Mind Sliver?
Well, let me. I think it's 60. Let me check.
I think it's 60 too.
60 feet, yeah.
Okay.
But I know this is a stupid question, and I think I know the answer. Is he doing this menacingly?
He's standing there menacingly.
Okay. Okay, I guess I would
He looks
change it
pissed
to
that you
like.
turned over his carriage.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, duh. But like, I guess I wouldn't. I would still hold it until it looks like he's about to start coming at me. You know what I mean? Like if he's just standing there menacingly, I wouldn't just like initiate the combat.
Mm-hmm.
I would try to douse it with words first, and I guess I would shout at him like, "What the fuck were you doing?"
Okay.
And then if he doesn't respond and just charges, then yeah, I do that.
Yeah, he just kind of like huffs, and you see him just kind of reach his arm down, and some of the other figures hand him what looks like a 6-foot long roll of fabric, or a 6-foot long sack, like burlap sack, that he hoists up on his arm, his opposite hand holding the great axe. And he looks around him and he sees an open area where there's no web, hops backwards off the carriage and onto the street, and just starts hauling Krev
Fantastic.
back south. Meanwhile,
Wait, back south, like away?
yeah, like he's not
Oh.
running towards you. Meanwhile,
Oh,
you do
and-
see two other large men raise themselves out of the carriage. They like one of them looks bloodied on the face from the
I don't know how
crash.
that happened.
The one that got tossed to the side is finally up on his feet. So you've got these 3 burly looking guys, 2 with hand crossbows, and then 1 with a mace, all looking at you.
What did they hand the guy that's running away?
Imagine a 5 to 6 foot long burlap sack.
Oh, got it. Okay. I don't suppose he ran into the web, not realizing.
No, he sure
Damn
did.
it. Damn it. Okay. Fantastic.
So meanwhile, Sharid and Tio, you see Kairos just haul towards this fucking carriage, and you see the flash of his shield pop up, and then you just see this carriage just get tossed around like a goddamn beanbag, turn over in the street. People are screaming. What do you two do?
Chasing up to try and catch up.
Yep. The same.
Okay.
Haul ass.
Haul ass. So you guys get to Kairos at about the time that the orcish man with whatever he had on his shoulder is running the opposite way. So let's...
We haven't rested, right?
Duel. Short
No,
rest, maybe?
you haven't.
Does that count as a short rest, at least?
I'll let you get a short rest, sure.
Okay. Perfect. Well, then give me a second, because I need to...
I had to pull up the YouTube video because I accidentally clicked long rest at the end of the last session
Oh.
to see how many hit points I had. So let me take care of that shit first.
I'm going to arcane recovery then across this short rest, or I would have
Meanwhile,
done that.
Tio's feeling fresh as a daisy. Let's see here.
And then I guess I would also have done some healing die. But how do I do this on this?
No, Gamgee. No.
On your character sheet.
Oh, hit dice. I see
Yeah.
it. Oh, there's even take a
Oh,
short
shit.
rest option. I didn't see that before.
Yeah, it even adds your hit points. Can you share with me what I rolled?
7.
Okay.
Way to do this. Okay. Okay, I'm good.
Me too.
I gave myself back my second level slot.
Okay.
A second level slot.
Just making sure I've got everyone here.
Making some big brain plays tonight.
Are ya?
I don't know. Remains to be seen. I just need Big Daddy to come out and help, and we'll be fine.
I'm gonna go get some water.
Okay. Who's big? Daddy?
H2O. Old man.
You want the old man to come out?
Old man, Big Daddy.
Just kick in all their shit?
Mm-hmm. Just wait until I tell my dad.
What the fuck did you do? Smack, smack, smack.
Nothing. Turned over a cart in the middle of the town.
God damn it.
Dang it, Bobby.
God damn it, Bob. Oh, okay. So that is there. Cool. Got it. Got it.
Well, if he's up, he's back already.
Oh. Alright, so let's take you kids over here. And zoom in a
Are they
smidge.
all orkies?
They are not. These guys actually look pretty humane.
Okay. And did the orky run away, or is the orky attacking?
The orky ran away with whatever he was
Okay.
carrying.
Got it.
So,
Like
roll
a
me initiative.
bitch. Ah.
Ah. And then you schmoes.
Fast as fuck, boy.
I'm fast as fuck, boy. Alright, so let's get started. Kairos.
Of course. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Whoa. Has anybody begun running at us?
Not yet. They seem to have
Okay.
weapons at the ready, but they haven't started moving towards you yet.
I guess I am gonna hold my action then until someone actually tries to attack us, and I will mind sliver the first motherfucker who tries to come our way.
What I'm also
Let
going
me-
to do
Huh?
is I'm just going to re-roll this. I didn't use one of your spell slots.
Wait, what am I doing?
Nothing.
Oh,
I just
okay.
put down the web where they would be.
Oh, okay, cool. But I would take some steps behind my allies, just in case. But I would also say, this doesn't have to be a fight. And then you would just get ready anyway. Why doesn't it let me move? Is it shift, click? No.
Use the ruler.
Shift. Use the ruler. Oh, okay, I moved.
There you go.
I didn't telegraph it though. Whoop,
That's
nope,
fine.
that's not the button.
You're on the measure tool is what you're doing.
That's the measure tool. Okay, that's my turn. I did there.
There you go. There you
I did it there. And I held my thing to the first thing that starts to run at us.
Yes. You'll notice that one of the things I did add was an end turn button, so I don't have
Yes.
to do it for you.
Yeah, I clicked it.
As well as the fancy, it's your turn next. So let's see here. We've got this guy up here. He he didn't get that thing. All right. There we go. What is... Oh, I just saw it. 30. Okay. So we are about 45 feet away. He needs to make a dex save because of he's going to step down off the carriage and into the web.
I feel like I wouldn't have had my bird for this, by the way. I feel like he would be chilling in the room. Like I would have just would have left him behind.
Okay. Okay, he does fail, so he does get stuck. So what he's going to do is he's going to take the hand crossbow that's in his palm. He's going to aim it at Tio, since he's now closest. But he's going to be firing at disadvantage because of the distance. Oof.
Oh, actually, I can't leave my familiar behind. It has to be within 100 feet of me.
Okay.
So I
where would you
guess
like
it
to
would
be?
have. Well, I guess it would be in. What I probably would have had is it in the little celestial space wherever it is, and it requires an action to undo. So he wouldn't be.
Like, he wouldn't be here, but he's close.
Yeah, he wouldn't be here. He would be in his little ethereal plane. So
Yeah. So this guy, his feet are now stuck in the web. He goes to aim the crossbow at Tio, pulls the trigger, and it like arches up over Tio's head, and actually lands past Kairos. So meanwhile, this guy that is just chilling on the side of the road is gonna start making his way downtown.
Okay, I would mind sliver his butt.
You gonna mind sliver him?
Mind sliver his butt.
Okay.
Sliver butt.
Sliver butt. Intelligence.
And save. I really need to get better damaging spells.
So, what's your mind sliver look like, by the way?
It doesn't. It's like this. He takes his little speary, shieldy thing and just kind of like juts it out, and then there's maybe like a little like you might see like a little distortion around the needle, but you don't really see anything else after that.
Okay.
Other than the racking pain of his head.
So you see that he grips his head like he's got a headache. He looks at you all, and his eyes are starting to kind of go every which way. He did fail the saving throw.
Hot.
All right. Tio, you're up.
This one that he just slivered.
Yes.
Who are they running up? Like they're hostilely approaching.
He didn't get close enough for you to tell, just towards your general group area.
Okay. Then I will move 5, 10, 15. Move about over here.
Okay.
And well, yeah, I am gonna Slayer's Prey him and then pull out the bow, seeing that this is now a threat, and brush off some of the debris of food that he has on it and fire that arrow at it.
Okay.
The one that's in between now, Kairos and I.
Okay.
And I think that's just...
Yes, let's get some better
Yes.
rolls this week. That's a better roll.
Hey.
And then you do an extra d6 with your Slayer's Prey?
Yes.
I mean, it's good
It's
while it
something.
lasted.
You hit it.
So, you're like 10 feet away. You just pull out your longbow, give it a good quick shot, and you do 9 points of damage to this guy.
Oh, wow. This is fancy.
That only said -8. Okay.
Shut up now.
Sharid, you're up.
Well, of course, Sharid is going to rage.
All right.
And I will
Here.
roll
Do you
on
want
my
me to-
wild surge. No, I can do it.
Okay. So you just click that click me button in the chat.
Says you do not have permission to view this macro
God
sheet.
damn it. Well, you know what? That's an easy fix.
Can I do it?
No.
Nope. I tried.
Try it now. Bam. So you're now surrounded by these essentially a shield of multicolored lights. You have a +1 to AC, and while within 10 feet of you, your allies also have a +1 to AC.
Ooh.
Okay.
Handy.
Mm-hmm.
So you all just feel like, well, actually, you don't. Kairos, I think you're
Yeah.
actually just outside of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Sharid, you feel like almost this warm embrace as this light starts to envelop you. You feel, even though you're in a rage, you feel angry, you feel ready for battle. There's almost a calm within your soul.
Yeah. Then I will calmly run up to this guy. And I will make a non-lethal attack with my spear.
Oh, non-lethal.
Non-lethal. I will do so recklessly.
Oh, so advantage.
Reckless non-lethal attack.
21.
So a 21 does hit.
Sorry, why did it show me the roll? It said private GM roll. Weird. Anyway, it's not a big deal.
That's fine. So you do hit, and you do 5 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He's not down.
And that is my turn.
Okay.
So enter.
All right. So this one needs to make a dex save. Okay. So you see this one step down from the carriage. Whoop. That's not what I wanted. And you see that he is not sticking to your web.
Bastard.
So he starts making his way downtown. And this time, with much less distance, he takes his hand crossbow and only 5 feet away just points it at the side of Tio's head. Because Tio's now
Rude.
is facing his friend.
Disrespect.
Oh, hello.
Tio, does a 19 hit you?
Yep.
With the +1 from Sharid.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, now you're within 10 feet. So you've just let loose this arrow, and you feel one fire right into your shoulder. For 6 points of damage. Here, I'll make it easy for you to do the damage. So there you go.
Love it. What'd you do?
You should be able to see it in chat.
Oh, yep. Okay. Looks like it registered.
Okay.
Oh! How rude.
That's all he's gonna do for it. Kairos.
Did the guy who charged us fall down or no? I thought for some reason I heard you say he fell when Sharid did a thing. Did that happen or did I mishear?
No, he didn't fall.
Okay. Okay. Cool. How constituted would you say this man looks?
Looks pretty beefy.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna try to
He's pretty
sliver him.
constipated too.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna sliver him again, which he will get a disadvantage on.
Yep. Well, a minus D4 on.
Yes. Sorry. Right. Correct. Wait. Is he looking really messed up?
He looks a little scratched and battered. Not necessarily.
Not like about to
Bloody.
die or anything?
No. He's still wielding that mace, ready to hit you.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Mind Sliver then.
Okay. So
With the -4.
With a minus D4.
It's a good damage roll. For me, anyway.
Go ahead, roll that D4.
Hell yeah.
Oh. Ah!
Harsh.
Nice.
Yeah, so where before there was like some resistance or like a headache almost, you just see him, he's ready to swing this mace, and then his eyes just glaze over and he stops there for a second as he takes 6 more points of damage.
Yeah, he does. I'm going to, I guess, pivot. Pivot! Now I can't get out of the ruler.
Oh, left side of the screen, right
Yeah.
set of options. Do the little bracket square.
Ah! Got it. Okay.
You can
I
also
was
move
trying to
using
read.
your arrow keys or WASD.
No, I'm determined to do this right.
All right.
Okay, I made a waypoint, but I'm not activating it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine.
All right there, bud.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. God damn it. Okay, that's my
There you
turn.
go. Good job.
Well, I was between turns. I was reading how to do it. Like it said to hold control, but it was only making an anchor point, and I couldn't make it go to it. I'll have to
You'll
keep
learn.
reading that.
You'll learn
I'm
one day.
I'm getting there.
So this one's stuck in the web, makes a new deck save,
The web.
and he manages to break free. He takes a step to the side,
Yeah.
and he goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. As he too takes that crossbow and takes a shot at you, Kairos.
Do it. Hit me.
These are disgruntled customers.
Right.
I've got bad
I
news
help
for
them, and this is how they repay me.
you. I've got bad news for you.
What do you
Does
do?
a nat 20 hit?
No.
Does time warping and making you re-roll hit, motherfucker? Do it again.
All right, roll the ability, yeah.
Let me find the feature. Bam.
Chrono shift. Making me re-roll my roll. How
Ha!
dare you.
Crit again, please.
Please don't.
I really want. Just slash R20. Oh, look. Look
Don't you
at
fucking
that.
dare. Did you really?
Hang on. Oh, so goddamn close. Just so you see, I rolled a 19.
I don't see it. Oh.
Scroll down.
Unfortunately, that hits me because I used my reaction for a chrono shift.
Yep. You
So I
take
can't use
5
it for
points
shield.
Of piercing, but 5 is better than 12.
Yeah, I'll take it. I feel like so that's the first time Kairos did it. So I guess you'll have to help me with what everyone else sees.
Yeah. So
Kairos, in his vision, I'll tell you what he sees first. He sees himself getting wrecked by that arrow. Like it goes in, like just goes right through his shoulder and just gets stuck there. And so he immediately just does some Doctor Strange stuff, and like it's almost like a vision that happened. And then reality sits, and he moves slightly to his right just in time to where now it just clips his shoulder instead. So from his vision, that's what happens.
So from everybody else's perspective,
He just moves.
Well, no. So he fires this bolt from his crossbow. It flies probably about 70% of the way to you, and then you see that where it's going straight, it just suddenly just phases up a little bit higher, and then continues on its way.
I like it.
What was that?
What happened?
I'll explain later.
That's that I shouldn't have eaten what Thrax made.
I'm a god.
I really wanted to just be like magic. That's not...
Juju, you need a concentration check.
Oh.
Yeah, I do,
You
but I
do.
guess it doesn't really matter anymore. But
I
yeah,
mean, you
I
can
guess
choose
I
to
technically
fail.
do. No, I'd keep it up just as a barrier in case the big orc comes back.
Mm-hmm.
So let me get a con save just in case. Where the lark is it? I'm not seeing con. Oh, because I'm an idiot.
Yeah. I mean, we knew this, but
That's fair. Wait, do I get it with advantage? No. Yes? No.
yes. Do you
No.
have?
Yes?
Do you have
me look.
Warcaster?
No. I thought I had a thing that made me do it with advantage. I
13
had something
make it.
with my con save. Okay.
So you managed to maintain concentration on the web, thanks to your chronal shift.
Yeah.
So now this guy here, who's been mentally abused, you horrible, horrible people, is going to take that mace, look at Sharid, and give it a good thwacking.
With advantage.
Oh, that's right. You did it at Reckless, didn't you?
I did.
Shit.
So he actually swings it twice. Oof. So, Sharid, what's your AC?
It'd be 17 right now.
Okay. So, you see that his eyes are still a little bit glazed over. He brings this mace above his head, gives 2 good hits, and they seem to just deflect off of this radiant aura that's protecting you right now. And it almost sounds hollow like a drum every time he hits it.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yo.
Okay.
You're now pretty surrounded by enemies.
The one that shot me with an arrow. It's the one that's up at the top here, right?
Yes.
So he's gonna take that arrow out of his chest. Just. Oh, really? I did not like how you prepared this, and he'll shoot the arrow back at it, but first putting the Slayer's Prey on it and return it to sender.
With my blood. All right.
Yeah, I doubt that'll hit.
So after going through your scales and everything, the arrow's all bent, so it just doesn't fly straight at all.
See? You see how bad your arrows are? That's it.
Shri.
Yeah, all I have to do is another spear attack, and I will do so once again recklessly, but less than the non-lethal. And I have this right, so there we go.
Hang on 1 second. I just realized that the like next turn things are showing up for the stram. All right. So you're doing it recklessly and non-lethally.
Correct.
Okay. How do you knock this guy out?
Just it's just a quick whack on the side of the head with the back end of my spear.
Okay.
And then I will run up between these two.
All right. So Tio, as Sharid knocks out the first guy, again, you still feel this like comforting aura like radiating from him. Now, for a guy so angry and violent when pushed towards it, it's very zen.
See, every time you're in combat, you just bring so much serenity.
So the guy that you're now standing in front of, Sharid, drops his crossbow, pulls out a scimitar, and he'll swing that twice at you.
At
He ain't
advantage.
nothing. He sucks. I believe.
So one bounces off your shield, but the other manages to slice through those multicolored lights and dig into your chest for 4 points of damage.
Slashing. Lights, lights, lights.
It is
lights.
slashing. So it's
Do you
2.
get it? Like slashing instead of flashing? Okay.
No. Boo.
All right, so that's reduced to 2.
Kairos.
I really want to run up and burning hands everyone, but I'm not going to do that. 'Cause this just
Yes, be the
seems
wizard you were meant to be.
Exactly. I shan't do that. The other guy's KO'd, right?
Yeah.
The big guy. Okay.
Really need somebody that's got like a wisdom save cantrip or something to to pair well with your mind sliver.
Yeah. I'm going to sapping sting the one on the bottom to try to get him to fall over.
No, my boy. So Constitution save.
DC 13, obviously. And I'm going to try to move in the meantime.
So, well, you figure that out. So this sting just flies from your bracer.
I did it!
From the spike. Good job.
Did you see it? Did you see the trajectory in the line and everything?
Kairos, you know what you get? You get inspiration.
Yes! For figuring out how the thing works?
Figuring out how the thing works.
Nice.
Okay. I'll take it.
I also feel like I don't give out enough inspiration. I need to fix that.
I mean, I did force this fight, so...
I mean, yeah. So the stinger that flies out towards this guy bounces off of his back. You see that there's just a slight little drip of blood where it made contact, but he does not budge.
Bitch. Okay. Well, I don't...
Oh, actually, he doesn't even take the...
Yeah, he doesn't... I was going to say, he doesn't take the damage. That was what I was reading.
Cantrips.
Let me see if I want to do anything else. No, I don't.
Okay. So much like his friend opposite Sharid, he is going to drop his crossbow and take out a scimitar. And these are also at advantage, Sharid?
Yes, everything.
Oof.
Are you still recklessly attacking?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let the
YOLO.
man be reckless.
YOLO. I'm not criticizing, I just didn't know you kept doing it. I wasn't paying attention.
So, Sharid, you do get slashed once more for 6 slashing damage, which is reduced to 3.
Mm-hmm.
So again, you just hear the thong of one hit against the shield and then just a stab through.
Out of curiosity, has the 1 AC helped at all?
It has.
Nice.
You would be fucking surprised. It has. The amount of 16s that I've rolled.
Nice.
This guy is unconscious, so we're gonna take you out of here. Tio, you're up.
This doesn't have to be a fight to the death. We don't even know who you are. He's gonna shoot for the guy up top, right in the knee.
Ooh.
No, my adventuring days.
There you go.
They're coming to an end.
Butters, you don't shoot a guy in the dick.
Please, God, no. 15 does hit for 4 points of damage.
Okay. I would have put. I still had Slayer's Prey on that one too.
Oh, okay. Another one.
Another one.
Poor Mim.
Hey,
You know,
you're
like
hitting.
some
It's
yeah.
improvement.
Some session you're just gonna crit on every roll.
It's just gonna be
Yeah.
like
True.
you're gonna hit like 3 crits.
law,
in a row.
law of averages.
You got that 4 though. I mean, you didn't
true.
just do 1. You did 5, a 5er. Gary, did you get the 4? I didn't see the
got
4.
it.
I saw the 1. Okay,
I
just
got
checking. Just looking out for you, bud. Okay, just checking.
Sharid, you're up.
All right,
How's it
I'm
looking?
going to do the same thing. A reckless, non-lethal attack on the. Which one did Tio hit in the knee?
The one above you.
Okay.
Let's do this for the stream. So you go to swing your spear, completely goes wide.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
This one
How's the knee?
This one's gonna use that knee and pivot a little bit. And he's gonna go and slash Tio.
Oh,
Now you do have a +1 to AC, so
beat that 16.
what's your AC?
16.
That fucking +1, man. So
Did it just pay off again?
it just paid off again. Like, this is nuts. So yeah, he goes to swing twice, and then that multicolored veil just keeps barely keeping him from hitting you.
I'll just calmly move out of the way of the attack.
And at the start of this round, Kairos, before you go,
I love that turn thing that it tells you, by the way.
Oh,
before
it
your
is
turn
so
and
nice.
It's so cool.
It is so nice.
It's so cool. You got to show the stream, like, give them the view. Sorry, what?
oh no, they could see it for a while.
Oh, cool.
I did turn it off eventually.
I love the warning, too, like before it's your turn.
It's helpful because
So
I
nice.
know some of us, me included, don't pay attention the entire time. So just getting that warning.
That's
Yeah, it's
flashing
super
on the
helpful.
screen like, oh shit, yeah.
There's usually
Sorry, I didn't
an
mean to
audio
interrupt you,
cue
though.
that goes with it, but I did turn that off because I figured that would get annoying.
Yeah,
Um,
it would.
Yeah.
So at the top of the round, you notice that some of the street lamps around you go black.
Motherfucker.
Are they supposed to do that?
Hang on.
Is there
on.
still light? Like, can we still see?
It is pitch black. At least it's not for all of you. It is for Tio and Sharid.
And me. Oh. Oh.
So, Kairos, at the start of your turn, you just see this sphere of just pitch black surround not just Sharid and Tio, but the two thugs that were with them as well.
And I can't see into it?
You cannot. It's like all of the light in that area was just voided.
Well, now you've ruined my idea. Okay. I look around. Is there anybody else, like, coming or anything?
Give me a perception check. Nice.
Perceptive.
You spot somebody on a nearby house. You can't make out who they are. They seem to be of average height, not particularly bulky, actually fairly slender. But as soon as you see them, they themselves are engulfed in shadow and vanish. But the sphere of darkness remains.
Warriors of darkness. Well, clearly we need the power of friendship to get through this one.
It's true.
Friendship and anime.
And the Keyblade. Okay. This is a stupid idea. I don't think that would work. I guess I can't fire blindly because I need to see within range and I need to see within range, so that those two are out. I could run up and burning hands into everybody, but I'm not going to do that either.
Rain, fire. Yeah.
I think I'm probably... Seems so stupid. Nah, I'm not going to do that. I don't really have another choice. I guess I'm just going to hold my action for if one of the bad guys come out of the darkness. I'm going to try and sapping sting them to make them fall over.
Okay.
Because, like, I'm not running into that. And you said that guy disappeared, so I was going to take chase, but if he's gone, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just hold my action, and if I see a baddie appear, I'm gonna sapping sting them.
Okay.
I'm gonna move up a little too.
Actually, wouldn't holding your action require concentration, therefore the webbing drops?
Does it?
If you're holding action on
I
the
think
spell.
so, yes.
I didn't know that. So is holding an action, use your concentration. Yeah, you're right. Okay, that's fine. Well, but web wasn't doing anything anyway,
No,
so I
I
guess it
just-
would have dropped a while ago. But yeah, I do that.
Okay. There we go. That's better.
Ooh, Perte.
So that it for your turn?
Sorry, I never hit end. Sorry. Yeah,
You gotta click the button.
I'm Zowie.
So Sharid, you are just surrounded by nothing. You can't see light. You can't see the two men that were in front of you just now, but you do hear the shuffling of feet coming from behind you. It seems like one of them is trying to run away.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would make a non-lethal attack at disadvantage then.
Mm-hmm.
Because reckless attack only is on my turn, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So at disadvantage, which I hold in
Control.
control.
Mhm.
All right.
All right. So you swing your spear around. You do catch him on the way out, but you don't hear a body drop.
Okay.
And we'll actually say that it's a non-lethal attack, but maybe you like went for the leg a little bit just to try and
Yeah.
slow him down. You do catch the faint smell of blood.
Okay.
But Kairos, you don't see anyone come out of your end of the darkness.
Can I hear the footsteps?
Yes.
Okay. And it sounds like they're going away from me?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
From my point of view, I wouldn't actually see him running because the darkness cloud's in the way, right?
So he actually takes his entire action to dash into a nearby alleyway.
Little bitch.
Bound to be
This one's
witnesses.
unconscious. Tio, you too are surrounded by the darkness.
So, would Tio, probably not being familiar with this spell, I'm assuming, would still be cognizant of his surroundings and something being nearby him, putting his bow stashed on his side of his backpack, and I believe at disadvantage try and grapple this space that this creature is.
Yeah, I mean, you last saw this person in this space. So, yeah. Go give me I think you have a claw attack. Give me that at disadvantage, and then if that hits, it'll be opposing strength and or acrobatics checks.
Oh, okay. Sorry, for the claw attack? Let me see. I don't know if I have that. I have jaws.
Yeah, that'll work. It's still a strength-based attack, I believe.
Okay, I'll roll strength then.
Or you also have an unarmed strike. Either one will work.
I just rolled.
Is that a timer at the bottom?
Yeah, there's a timer.
Ooh.
Where?
It's
The
a
little
very
red bar at
tiny
the
red
bottom.
bar.
I thought that
Oh.
indicated how far into the turn, into the round we were. I see.
Mm-mm.
Interesting.
Because I can have it do a reminder as well.
Cool.
So you go to reach out for this person that you last saw there, and you get nothing but just black mist.
As a bonus action, gonna try and bite in that area.
Okay, go for it. At
It's
disadvantage.
gonna be the same thing, which I think is just. If I hold control on that, does that?
Mhm.
Yes. Okay.
A
Oh, okay.
13. You do manage to catch some meat.
It doesn't do any damage. It just gives me 3 HP.
So you catch a chunk out of some part of them. You're not sure where.
Ha! Take that!
Sharid,
Hiding in the darkness.
All right.
you hear a crunch from in front of you.
Yeah. Hopefully I hear another one. I will recklessly attack, less than non-lethal, with my spear. So the reckless attack negates the disadvantage, so it would be just a straight roll.
Mm-hmm. So you go for this attack, and you do dig into something. Well, you have a spear, so you do feel the tip of your spear pierce a person. And Tio, you take 4 damage. No, I'm just
Well,
Oops. Yeah, that's my turn.
okay.
Level 3 barbarian. That's pretty much.
Yeah. So it's his turn. So Tio and Sharid, you both start to hear footsteps moving away from you. It's up to you whether you want to take an AOO or not.
Yeah. Yeah, I would.
probably try and grapple as well.
All right, so Sharid, you go for the spear. You catch nothing but air.
Yeah.
Could I try the grapple then as well? If not, just
I'll say so.
attacking the knee.
Sure.
Okay.
Go for it.
Because grapple
Assuming-
just a regular attack roll, right?
Yeah, it's an attack roll to see if you actually make contact, and then it's the struggle to see if you actually grapple.
Yeah, that ain't. Oh, okay. I thought I saw a 3.
All right.
If
You
if the
do make
strength check-
contact.
Okay.
So he is going to try and break free of that. And he doesn't. You get your arms around somebody.
Weak knee?
You're around his back, so you just around the weak knee if you want, yeah. You like get him in a very crude leg bar.
Ha!
All right. And with that, he can't move. So in the darkness, you're just scuffling around with this person. Kairos, you haven't seen anybody leave the darkness.
Yeah. But I heard it. Okay. I'm going to do something stupid because I can't really do anything else. Kairos is gonna like flick his little like whatever, we need a word for this thing so I don't keep saying nothing. The thing that's on his wrist with the little spear shieldy thing.
Yeah.
He just kind of like shakes it a couple times and like clicks his finger and then like looks at it and gets disappointed and then does it one more time and it lights up. I cast the like cantrip. And he would just shrug and just like run into it with the thing out from front of him holding out the light cantrip to see if it makes a difference.
The
And he just
second,
runs right into it.
so this almost happens in slow-mo. You're running out with your hand extended to try and light up this area.
Yeah.
And as your fingers start to get enveloped by the darkness, you see that little orb of light that you're holding in your hand, you can tell that it's still there.
Oh.
It's gone as your hand just disappears into the darkness.
Yep.
If I put my head through it, it's still dark.
Yes.
Okay. I then kind of figured that was what was going to happen, but then I pulled back out, and he would resist the urge to immediately pull out his journal and start taking notes of that event. Instead, he would pivot with the remaining movement. So let's see. He goes there. So he goes to like that point to test the theory. And then I'm doing the thing. I'm doing the thing, guys.
It's gonna work.
Good job.
Woo!
And then he kind of pivots around to where he heard the footprints.
It does take some
Footsteps.
T-Rexing of your fingers a little bit to do that.
It does, yeah.
Okay.
That's his turn, I guess.
All right.
He's not going in there.
Um,
He would shout and just say, Sharid. What's my accent? Jeez, I just took on Sharid's accent. He would ask if they're in there. I need to listen to my own recording again.
help!
Help me! No.
Tio, you hear Kairos calling out for Sharid.
Well, I'd call for both of them. And I'd just stop
Oh,
myself. But
not
I would
playing
call out for both of
favorites.
them and ask if either of them could hear him. And if they were all right.
How plausible would it be while grappling this thing to kind of roll over in the direction of Cairo?
You just want to gator roll him.
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
I'm assuming 15 feet at most?
Because I
don't
think
really
grappled,
know.
dragging another creature is essentially double move. So yeah, you can do 15.
I didn't
Sorry,
mean
you
to
said
pain.
can or can't?
Can.
Oh, okay. So 5, 10. So we would like just get on the outside of the darkness, I'm guessing?
Yeah, so you would be on right at the precipice. You can like poke your head out. Kairos,
Yeah.
as you're rounding this sphere of darkness, you just see a lizard face just pop out and be like, hello.
I got him!
You see an arm and a leg flailing next to him.
Let go of me! And Tio's got bits of flesh in his mouth at the moment, too.
You hear
And,
a man say, let go of me, you gecko.
That's it.
Sharid, you heard, you essentially heard just a gator just taking away a human.
Yeah, Shreed's going to step back out of this
Mm-hmm.
and look for the one that ran off.
You see a nearby alleyway, but you don't see anyone down it.
Okay. I'm just going to take the dodge action.
Okay. So this one is going to try and break free of your grapple. So give me a athletics check. Tio?
Okay, athletics. Oh,
All right. So he does break free, and he starts making a run for it, which Kairos and Tio, technically you can make attacks of opportunity.
Would an unarmed strike or a dagger be stronger? Because apparently I have a dagger, but it doesn't say what it does.
A dagger is a D4. Your unarmed strike is going to do your strength modifier as damage.
yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that's in the negative for you.
Then in that case, I don't want to heal him with my magical dagger of healing. Or so you
What?
said unarmed strike is a D4?
No, your dagger is a D4. Your unarmed
Oh,
strike
I'm
is your
sorry.
strength modifier.
Okay. Then with my magical fists of healing, I don't want to heal him. So I will try to stab him with my dagger. Stab him? Stab him with my dagger.
You all right there, bud?
No.
Appropriate. It's
It
very appropriate.
It really is. I stabbed Tio,
Ah! Not me!
but it doesn't hurt at all.
It's nothing. Tio, do you want to take an attack of opportunity? I'm going to say you
would
can't
tr-
re-grapple him.
That makes sense, yeah. Then he would just try and I think I just got hands out, so I'm being on the ground,
These hands.
make like a claw at his knee.
Always with the knees.
I'm not trying to kill him.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you, a gnome?
I'm assuming disadvantage.
You're
I'm
on
on the
the
ground.
edge. You're on the ground, but you're also on the edge of the darkness. Let me see.
The edge of glory.
Technically, you're in the darkness, so yeah, disadvantage.
Yeah. So I think it's just disadvantage strength, if I understand right. I doubt that'll hit.
11's not going to hit. So
Just
this
get
one
back here!
starts beelining it down the street. He takes his full action to run 60 feet. And as he's running away, he gets maybe 30 feet away. When you all notice that the sphere of darkness dissipates and a blade seemingly made of shadows flies from a nearby rooftop, a different rooftop than what you saw this person standing on, Kairos. Plants right in this guy's back. He falls down. You see a second one fly to the guy who's unconscious and stab him in the chest.
Bitches.
Kairos, you look around for the figure that you saw before. You do see him on a rooftop opposite the street, but instead of being enveloped in shadow, you see him kind of hop over to the top of the roof and scurry off along the rooftops.
What did he look like?
You saw pretty much mostly shadows. Still roughly human size. That's about it.
It's
Because
the
also
old
imagine
woman.
all of the light on the street is street level. There's not really much up top.
Yep, it's the mom from the last episode, I'm convinced.
Oh my god, it's Nona. And we are out of combat.
Damn it.
Did you see where they went? Kairos?
Sorry, I was distracted because I was reading a permission error that appeared when the thing ended.
Nothing.
I was like, what? You said he like went across the rooftops, right?
Yeah, away from the street.
Yeah. I would point and say, that way. And I mean, is it too far to give chase at this point?
I mean, you can run in the general direction, but
I mean, I can run. So would he deem it worthy to do so? Is
probably
it too
not.
far? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. To be honest, I don't know that I would anyway, because running after a horse and carriage is one thing. Running after a guy who just stabbed people in the back with shadow cloaks is another. So I probably wouldn't.
Are there
I
witnesses?
dramatically run up and then stop, like, damn, they got away. Guess that's all we can
Foiled
do.
again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But he would be, like, visibly out of breath from all that running and just be like, I don't know what happened. Does anybody have any ideas?
Are there witnesses nearby?
Most of the residents, they're around, but if you ask around, they'll pretty much tell you the same things that you saw. Somebody ducked into an alleyway, you're not sure where they went. They mostly didn't see the guy on the rooftops because that's not where they were looking. And then the big orcish guy ran towards the south gate. They're not sure if he left through there or not.
Any of these people look maybe frightened or scared by what's going on? Or any? And on the flip side, anyone look pleased by what's going on?
No one necessarily looks pleased. They all look...
Just
not necessarily
another day.
terrified, just disturbed by what just happened. It's very out of the ordinary for them.
You'll approach. Just at random, you'll just talk up. See, this is what our. He was about to build up Sharid and realized he probably doesn't want that. This is what my spellcasting talented friend here, Kairos, can do. You see? And he tries to reassure the people nearby if they're not all frightened, just by building up how talented this display has been.
You know what? Give me a performance or persuasion check. One of the two.
I'm gonna go with performance. It feels like that's what I'm doing here.
Feels more appropriate.
Hey,
Hey,
the magical
you're
wielding like him.
you're going
rest
full
easy.
branding, full marketing, and you're just like, you know what? This is the guy that's gonna keep you safe. This is the next star of your Adventurers Guild. Like, this is the guy who just chased down a goddamn carriage, stopped a lot of you from getting run over. And look at all these bodies. Look at all these ne'er-do-wells that got what they wanted, got what they needed.
Yeah, one more flourish to that. Kairos, why don't you pick one person out of the audience to win the prize?
Jesus Christ. So Kairos would take a second to process all of this, and initially he would literally, like, as he's like gesticulating to this wonderful magician, Kairos would literally like turn around and like spin around, like looking, and then realize half spin that he's talking about Kairos, and then like turn it into a spin flourish and be like, yes, indeed. Is everyone all right from our show? And like have like the light cantrip again appearing, just like while simultaneously like looking on the rooftops, like, oh my god, are they coming back? Kind of a thing, just keeping an eye out for them.
Please God, no.
Yeah, and then be like, the show is over, everyone. But and he would just like pick some random kid out of the crowd, and I guess he wouldn't have them come up to him. He would walk over to him and like do a little fake magic trick where he puts like the light cantrip into his hand, disappears, and it's like, congratulations, you've won the prize. And then just like awkwardly walk back and be like, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
I'm literally imagining Aang from The Last Airbender with a fucking marble just
Pretty much.
That's literally all I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's basically what happens. But a lot less confident.
This kid just stares you down, like doesn't know how to react at all. Do you give him anything? You just
No, oh no, nothing at all.
I'll give him 5 silver.
Oh my god, you're just paying everyone. Okay. So the kid looks like a little dirty in the face, kind of ruffled up clothes. You hand him that 5 silver, you see his eyes fucking light up. And just, thank you, sir.
Druid crafts some petals around Kairos as he walks away, just as a flourish.
Fucking shit.
And then all the other little kids immediately in the background just pile on top of the kid.
Yeah,
exactly.
Give me the money.
So while all this is happening,
Please take it somewhere else.
Yes, please, dear God.
Sharid will approach the dead body lying nearby, the one I knocked unconscious.
Mhm.
I'll bend down and I would extract the dagger. Is there anything unique about this dagger?
So it looked to literally just be a shard of flame-like shadows. The second you go to touch it, to remove it, it dissipates, leaving only a gash.
Mm-hmm. All right, then I would like to just ethically search the body.
Ethically.
I would like to unethically search the other. No kidding.
for any like any identifying or interesting pieces on the person. I'm not necessarily looting the body.
No, yeah. So you're looking around, you're rifling around. You do happen across a coin purse. As well as a tattoo on his forearm that bears the mark of a so it's an upright warhammer, and on the back end is a sword. So it's like a double-edged weapon.
Okay.
It's like a hammer and sickle.
No.
For note, I'm going to keep this image in mind and then at a later time sketch it out on a piece of paper.
Okay.
So just yeah, that's all I would do with the body.
Okay.
Are there any guards that are eventually going to make their way to the scene?
So you hear commotion down the street. It seems like the guards' attentions were split between the orc running away, the carriage coming out of the northwestern district, and the fight going on between you all. So it's about this time that a more organized contingent of guards starts to gather in the area. Mostly using main streets, but they seem to come from all sides. They're all wearing pretty basic leathers, all of which seem to have a yellow coloring, and on their chests is an insignia, which is a shield with 5 stars emblazoned on it.
Okay. Sharid will wait for the guards to appear and then submit himself for questioning.
Okay. You're so cooperative. I love it. So the guards do arrive, and they're taking stock of the whole thing. A couple of them are investigating the carriage, obviously investigating the bodies as well. And they take you 3 aside as essentially prime disruptors, and ask you what the hell happened here. Do you omit any details?
I can't see why I would.
Okay.
Sharid would not.
Okay. So you tell the guards the whole story. Carriage gone awry. The skinny wizard man running like an Olympic track star to catch up with this carriage. Turning the whole thing over in a web. The orc running away with a rather large burlap sack. And the 3 thugs that attacked you all, only to be murdered by some shadowy figure along the rooftops. And the story seems far-fetched to the guards. But after investigating the bodies, they realize that the wounds that killed these men don't match any of your weapons. So you're ultimately let go, but told to essentially keep your noses clean while you're here. You might be adventurers, but that doesn't mean you're above the law.
Oh. So if we see someone attempting to murder someone else, should we let them?
We're not saying that. We're saying we don't. I mean, we still have some investigating to do. Just don't.
So next
get
time
into
I'll
too
let
much
the horse trample the children. Got it.
We should have let the horse and them kill the children. That's what we should have done.
That's what I wanted to do in the first place, but you were all, we have to save the horse.
Yeah, it's true. Sorry.
The guard kind of
Velt's
just
finest.
the guard kind of just rolls his eyes like, "Please leave. We have more canvassing to do." So they start dispersing and talking to the residents, and this area remains lively for the next few hours. But you 3 are free to go.
As leaving, he'll just give a stealthy wink at some random person in the audience and then just carry on.
Okay. So where do you all head? Do you head back to the Stone's Throw, or?
It's getting late, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. So you make your way back to the guild hall, and news hasn't really spread quite yet. There are a couple of like whispers going around, but everyone generally leaves you all alone. So you're free to retire for the evening, unless there are any other scenes that you would like to partake in before going into the next day.
Yeah, while walking there, Tia would like to just kind of elbow nudge Sharid. Do you think we should talk to that white-haired human, male human, at the bar. He seemed rather contentious, but also intriguing. And I trust your instinct.
Was that the big guy?
The big guy. Big bada boom guy.
What is your intention?
Well, we seem to have caught his attention, and he seems notable in the area. Maybe either an ally or an enemy, I'm not sure. That's why I figured I'd ask you. You seem to have a talent for for both violence and serenity within violence, so...
There's a calm in violence.
Yes. Perhaps in the morning.
Okay.
We may converse.
You make a good point. Make friends over breakfast, not whatever it is meal we eat at midnight.
And it is rather late.
So you all open the doors to the stone's throw. It is dead quiet. There are a couple people.
Everybody's dead.
Everyone's dead. It's just bodies everywhere. The city's on fire.
Different campaign, Nick.
You walk in. There's only a few people milling about the establishment. Even Ileana has gone to bed.
And who's watching the bar?
Well, everything is underneath the bar, like physically underneath, and that hatch is now locked.
Damn it.
Poor
Nice try.
Drax.
So if you all would
gonna head
like,
to rest?
you can all head to
Yeah,
bed.
just be like, well, that was not the night I expected.
All right.
No.
So you're all free to hit the long rest button on your character sheets.
I'm gonna do it.
And the following morning, you're all actually woken up by a lot of commotion going on amongst the streets and even downstairs. Not necessarily bad commotion. In fact, a lot of it seems like music, residents excitedly talking amongst one another. You've seen a couple of minor bards playing in the Stone's Throw over the last couple of days, but it seems like they've got a full band downstairs right now.
Is it a mariachi band?
Mariachi.
I guess as we meet up in the morning downstairs, is the large gentleman present?
No.
Is
His normal space at the bar or at the front desk is empty.
Is the tiefling woman around?
Yes. Ileana is, as per usual, running between residents and customers and patrons.
So, at some moment, Sharid would get her attention. Excuse me, madam.
Yes, how can I help you?
I am curious. I came across this insignia recently, and I do not know what it means. I was wondering if you might be able to provide some assistance as I show the sketching of the tattoo.
She looks it up and down. She looks through a couple of items on and under the front desk. And she says, "It's weird. It seems very similar to the city crest of Bugan to the west. But it's a little off. The crest, while it bears a hammer, doesn't have a sword attached to it at all."
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anytime.
And also, the large gentleman who appears to run this establishment.
Yeah.
What was his name again?
Oh, that's my uncle. His name's Grezik.
Great, thank you. Would it be possible to seek an audience with him sometime?
She says, yeah, you guys, oh, that's right, you guys aren't from around here. He and the other trade organization members are all in the Central Market today. Today's Vocation Day.
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar.
So she actually hands you a flyer, and it's like a festival flyer almost. And she explains to you, Vocation Day is when each of the guilds puts on all kinds of shows and demonstrations to help recruit potential new members among the residents. So those that might want to join the Soul Forged, who have an interest in blacksmithing, they have a chance to do so. Even some folks that maybe dreamed of being adventurers might join the Ursus Lodge.
Job fair.
Job fair! But she does say, I think most of the trade leaders are all there leading demonstrations.
Fascinating. Thank you again for your kindness.
That's what I'm here for.
Was Tio present for that?
I don't see why not.
Was it? Oh, yeah, okay.
Do you have any interest in this vocation event?
Be in the middle of, like, a bowl full of grits. Just, oh, yeah, that sounds good. I think we should go. Oh, have you eaten yet, though?
I have
Iris
not.
is eating on the side, like, very daintily.
I have not. Would you recommend
Oats flying everywhere.
Would you recommend the dish you are enjoying?
Oh, yeah. What's the bowl made out of?
It's made of wood.
Let's just take a bite out of it just to see what it's like.
Jesus.
Yeah. Edible bowls, too.
Wonderful. I would keep that in mind. It's, Sharade will find something else to eat.
So you all spend a good portion of the morning eating and kind of decompressing after last night. And so you're left with the option of going to the center market or finding something else to do, whether it be a job or something else. But
Yes, that's good.
go ahead.
I was just going to say, I like the idea of looking at the job board.
You want to look at the job board again?
I want to look at the job board.
Look at the job board again. Okay. We're going to do that. I said activate. There's your job board. So you notice that while your item for the old lady is still up there, it is marked as completed.
Hyros would point out the masked thief. Did it look like what he had seen?
Not quite.
Okay.
You know that the person you saw on the rooftop did wear a hood, but some of the features just don't match.
Okay. And you probably wouldn't make a remark on it.
What do you guys think? Take one of these. Go to the job fair, I think you called it. People dance for jobs.
Or beads.
'Cause that's a fair, right?
Tell me, what do you know of this curse? Is anybody familiar with the curses?
The crest? Is that what you said?
Curse.
Curses?
A wolf
Oh.
curse?
Yes.
Would I have ever heard of something like that?
Give me a history or arcana. It's up to you.
Well, I think we both know.
You sure don't.
I'll roll a history on that, assuming
I really want to re-roll it, but I'm not gonna.
Tio, in your time in the wild, you have heard of essentially people being cursed to become wolves in the dead of night.
Yeah, I've heard of someone called it canlythropy, something like that. People, I'm not sure what triggers it or what causes it, but I've heard it can transform them. I think it's when they look at the sun. I'm not sure.
Fascinating. Anyway, I think perhaps this one here, as I point to the middle one, this might be a good opportunity to kill two birds with one stone. It says, meet in the market.
Good point.
Okay.
Astute observation.
Miss!
She walks over to the job board.
We will take this one.
Alrighty. She pulls it down, takes it over to the front desk. You see her stamp it, and puts it back up there. And says, "Good luck."
Very good. And I also one more favor, if you do not mind.
Sure.
The person we were here with previously, it appears she is delayed. Would you kindly, if she makes an appearance, let her know that we have taken this ticket and will also be heading into the market?
She says, "Sure thing." I actually think I saw her head out earlier this morning.
Oh, thank you kindly.
I just assumed she had died in the night.
Why would you assume that?
Well, she was injured yesterday. We didn't see her last night. I knocked on the door and I didn't get a response, so I naturally assumed she was dead.
Why was that seem natural to you?
He like thinks. It just felt like the simplest explanation.
You've lost a lot of people in your life, haven't you, Kairos?
Innocence.
What?
Jesus.
Come, let's go to the market.
So you all kind of
Time
gather
for
up.
idle prater.
You head out the door of the Stone's Throw, and you start heading your way towards the innermost area of the city, which is surrounded by another set of high walls. These may be about 50 feet high as opposed to the 100-foot ones that are surrounding the city proper. And as you make your way to one of the two entrances, there's an entrance to the north and to the south. You make your way into the south entrance. You notice that around the outside of the wall are all kinds of market stalls. And as you approach, you just hear the buzzing of people and crowds just get louder as you approach. And that's where we're going to end it for today.
And as soon as we walk out the door, my owl comes back out.
Hoot, hoot, bitch! You left me!
Ah,
I seen it!
it's Ion, right?
Here's Ion.
It is.
Alright.
Aren't you glad to see me?
No, sure not. Alright, so we'll pick it up again next week and see where it goes from there.
Great.
Very good, very good.
Alright. Well, thank you guys for playing, and thanks everybody for watching. So we'll see you all next week.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And...
Do we actually go
We're
now?
still live, Gary.